Already have mentioned in my speech that our TIFT is doing a wonderful job for the development of Tripura, and what decision they have taken, it has been appreciated by our Honorable Prime Minister too. So today I'm very glad to tell you that about 16, not only northeastern states, from 16 states across the country, they have come here for the workshop of this, uh, to join this workshop convened by the TIFT. So there will be so many discussions regarding development of India as well as northeastern region. So I have the wonderful opportunity that they have come here, and I have already have talked to them also, and I got the opportunity to say something on behalf of Tripura.
Niti Aayog has been considering Tripura among the front runners.
Yeah, they already have mentioned, already have said that.
We have really done very good.
In all sectors, particularly now you can say that this TIFT is, it seems to be our think tank. So far this investment matter is concerned, tourism matter is concerned, even for infrastructure matter is concerned. In all aspects, they are sharing their partnership with the government of Tripura.
It gives me immense pleasure and a deep sense of pride to welcome you all to Agartala, the capital city of Tripura, for this third regional workshop under the state support mission of CPI. Your presence here representing the eastern and northeastern states and union territories that transforms this gathering from a formal workshop into a collective national dialogue on the future of state-led transformation in India. I extend my warm greetings to all distinguished participants, policymakers, administrators, experts, and development partners who have joined us today. This workshop seeks to promote the foundational ideals of good governance like transparency, then accountability, efficiency, responsiveness, and citizen-centric administration. Governance, after all, is not merely about institutions or procedure. It is fundamentally about improving the quality of life for every citizen and ensuring the development which is the last mile, as our Honorable Prime Minister used to say. The state support mission represents a defining evolution in India's federal governance architecture. It underscores a partnership-based model of center-state collaboration, recognizing that states are not merely implementing agencies but equal partners in shaping India's development journey. Through the state support mission, Niti Aayog has empowered states to strengthen their state institutions for transformation institutions that support policy design, outcome monitoring, and inter-sector convergence. The mission acknowledges that sustainable socio-economic transformation is rooted in strong institutions, and it helps align the long-term visions of states with the national aspiration of Viksit Bharat 2047. Today, states and union territories are at varying stages of development of the State Institute of Transformation, reflecting diverse convergence and socio-economic contexts. Recognizing this diversity, Niti Aayog has conceptualized regional workshops as platform for peer learning, cross-fertilization of ideas, and collaborative problem solving. The decision to host the third regional workshop for eastern and northeastern states in Tripura reflects Niti Aayog's confidence in the region's growing policy capacity and in Tripura's readiness to contribute meaningfully to the national reform discourse. Over the past few years, Tripura has concisely placed good governance and institutional reform at the heart of its development strategy. We have learned that fragmented interventions deliver limited outcomes, that personality-driven reforms lack sustainability, and that transformation must be institutionalized, future-oriented and data-driven. With this conviction, the Good Governance Department was established in August 2023 as a dedicated and core for reforms. Truly speaking, I didn't have any idea about this KFT when it was started. Just I was trying to learning what is mean for this KFT. Now I realize that what it is meant. So TIFT integrates research, innovation, stakeholder engagement, and long-term planning in alignment with national priorities. As already my previous speakers already have mentioned that this TIFT in December 2023, it was established and it is really a think tank and strategic resource for Tripura. I am proud to share that NITI Aayog has recognized this TIFT as one of the 7 frontrunner state institutions in this country. It has emerged as a catalyst for reform and a vital bridge between policy, intent, and on-ground grounding and execution. It works closely with lead knowledge institutions to identify Tripura's core strengths, set realistic targets, and develop sectoral roadmaps. Our collaboration with the Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta, already the previous speaker already mentioned, then with Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, National Law University, Agartala, all of them have significantly strengthened our capacity for evidence-based policy making, monitoring, and evaluation. Over the last 2 years, CIFT has played a critical role in addressing key governance challenges. The Chief Minister's Water Room we have already established within the KFT reform enables real-time monitoring of major projects, schemes, and program implementation. TFT has also been hand-holding government departments in policy formulations and business reform. Notably, it has contributed to the adoption of the Tripura record retention and disposal policy, asset management policy, Tripura industrial policy 2024, then Tripura logistic policy, and Tripura pharma policy, so on. Through a comprehensive skill gap analysis, JFT has enabled more effective implementation of Pradhan Mantri Kushal Yojana and Mukhyamantri Daksha Unnayan Prakhalp. We are in the process of establishing an international skills center and a foreign language school, opening global employment opportunities for our youth, because our youth, they used to go outside, and if they have this knowledge of this foreign language, so they get the easy to go over there and to communicate. Recognizing that good governance requires modern tools for service delivery, then infrastructure creation, the state government has established a public-private partnership, that is PPP cell, within the good governance department. And this cell facilitates private investment while optimally sharing risk with the government. So at present, TIFT is working with the departments on 29 potential PPP projects. One of TIFT's most transformative initiative is the District Good Governance Index, which will for the first time objectively assess governance performance across district using sector-wise indicators. These include public health, education, then human development, infrastructure and utilities, social welfare, financial inclusion, and citizen-centric governance in each state. Innovation remains central to our government approach. In collaboration with IIM, Calcutta's Innovation Park, TFT organized a design thinking workshop that contributed to the formulation of Tripura's startup policy. Tripura's reform momentum has translated into tangible national outcomes, securing first rank in the country in deregulation and compliance reduction is a matter of that pride which my previous speaker, our respected Chief Secretary Mohammed already had mentioned. The collaboration between DIFT and National Law University Tripura played a pivotal role in shaping the Joint Research Act 2025, which significantly simplified the regulatory framework. The Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi appreciated Tripura's reform efforts during my interaction with him when I went to Delhi and met him. Our business reform strategy was shared with all states at the 5th Chief Secretaries Conference in December 2025. And in January 2026, the government of Bihar, and already have mentioned that there are some other states also, they have invited our officers to study the Tripura model of ease of doing business. While recognition is never the objective of reform, it does validate direction too. I am pleased to share that Economic Survey 2025-26 table in Parliament on 29th January 2026 makes substantive reference to Tripura's governance initiatives with explicit mention of TIFT, underscoring the state's growing national visibility. Tripura's governance journey has also gained prominence beyond the state. During the 72nd plenary session of the Northeastern Council, chaired by Honorable Union Home Minister Sri Amit Shah, and in follow-up, it was entrusted with the role of convener of high-level task force on investment promotion in Northeastern region. In consultation with all 8 Northeastern states, we developed a unified, analytical, and actionable industrial investment policy for the region, which received wide appreciation from our Honorable Union Minister for Donor, Sri Jyotiraditya Scindia, and fellow Chief Ministers of Northeastern regions. The task force report has since been adopted as a model template by other states. Virtually when he said that I was in different areas, but I never have seen within a short period how you have mentioned this one. So please send the template to us and we'll distribute all your this template to all other states too of Tripura. Building on this responsibility, in November 2025, I was further assigned as convener of the high-level task force on infrastructure and logistics for the Northeastern region. Although I am, but my total team was with me. So because of that, I took the challenge and working collaboratively with other states and central agencies, and we have prepared a comprehensive and forward-looking roadmap for regional infrastructure development. Just a few days ago, I had the privilege of laying the foundation stone for the largest data center in northeastern India being developed by Airtel. The Taj Group has committed to establishing the region's first heritage hotel in Nagara. The Jindal Group has commenced steel sheet manufacturing and service private universities, medical and paramedical colleges have been established in the state. Tripura records high priority to IT and IT-enabled services, including artificial intelligence, next generation technologies. We are the only state with fully paperless administration from the state cabinet to the three-tier panchayat. Citizen entitlements are delivered by a full digitized VMS system made by our Tripura state, that is beneficiary management system, and services are provided without physical interface. Tripura also offers a unique tourism experience, a confluence of heritage, spirituality, ecology, and living culture. From Ujjainta Palace and Unakoti to the sacred Tripura Sundari temple, from pristine forests to vibrant tribal traditions, the state offers authenticity and immersion. As institutions mature, Tripura is increasingly confident in welcoming people from across India and the world. Through the Pravasi Tripura Vashi initiative, spearheaded by TFTI, recently we have already had this kind of initiatives. We have connected with our global diaspora, transforming emotional bonds into ideas, mentorship, then investments and strategic inputs. Tripura's experience reinforced a fundamental principle of good governance. Small states can lead through ideas, institutions, and innovation. In the last 8 years alone, Tripura has received, you will get to know, 347 national and regional awards, reflecting our commitment to good governance aligned with the vision of Viksit Bharat at 2057. I am very glad the theme of this workshop, as I already have mentioned here, that state vision at 2047, monitoring and evaluation systems, data-driven governance, climate resilience, urban development, and global partnerships define the next frontier of governance. Platforms such as this enable collective learning, avoid duplication, and accelerate regional transformation. I express my sincere gratitude to Niti Aayog, particularly the leadership and team of the State Support Mission for their unwavering guidance and partnership. I also thank officers from participating states and union territories as well as international development partners for enriching this dialogue. In conclusion, governance is not a destination. It is a continuous journey of reform, learning and service. Strong institutions, reliable data and meaningful partnerships are indispensable to this journey. I assure you that Tripura remains fully committed to working closely with Niti Aayog and partner states to realize our shared national aspiration of Viksit Bharat. Once again, I warmly welcome you to Tripura, present over here, and wish the deliberation of this workshop every success. Thank you. Jai Hind. Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
This evening to the wonderfully choreographed, exceptional performances, cultural performance. My visit to the palace and this morning visit to Mata Tripura Sundari's temple. A divine experience, especially because I come from a Shakti Parampara. So it's been a great day here. And it's my great pleasure to address you on such a wonderful subject, regional dialogues among state institutes for transformation. It's my humble pride to say that when I requested Sri Suman Biriji that he must have these dialogues, and I wrote a formal letter to him, he was very kind enough to express, and we had the first dialogue in Dehradun, followed by Pune and now here. We are living in an era of unprecedented change and transformation. And of course, this morning there is good news, as we all know, that President Trump and Prime Minister Modi spoke last evening, and a big overhang on India's current economic policies has got removed. But that underscores the kind of times we live in, where when I met the Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Somanathan, he said the civil servants civil servants, I have often met many IAS officers. They always take pride in the fact that they are very good generalists. They can handle many departments over the career. No less than Cabinet Secretary said that the era of generalization is more or less over. We need to have specializations. And if I quote few words from the economic survey itself, because it is as fresh as few days in the union budget, when the CEA said we need to have an entrepreneurial state, we should play offense and defense, play sprint and marathon, policy making under uncertainty, learning systematically for experimentation, correcting course without paralysis, Swadeshi to be not just a doctrine but a disciplined strategy to strengthen our state, our society and our nation, and reimagining state capacity in all its dimensions. These are so relevant words, and they are not something from some motivational speech somewhere. These are the words of the Chief Economic Advisor in the Economic Survey of India, and also mentioned by the Union Finance Minister. So this is as the fresh from the oven. Now, these are the kind of times we live in, and in this era of transformational times, I think the institutes of transformation have a great role to play. Both the words institute and transformation, they mean a lot. I think people who coined these words, they coined with great understanding. Institute means that something which is rock solid, something which has a gaze, something which has stability, can see without attachment. And transformation is not an easy word, we use it quite often, but transformation really means that you turn a larva into a caterpillar, into a butterfly. So you can understand. So these are very important words. Now, this is the North Star we have. We may not be able to do all these things all the time and every time, but I think they are the North Star of the Institutes for Transformation. And of course, then there is a context. The context of the state, its developmental trajectory, its leadership's ambitions, its milieu, and so on and so forth, which brings the context. So I think the great role for Institutes for Transformation is to see that we do not lose sight of the North Star in these times of change. Where it's a fact that, see, I have studied the corporate world for decades, public policy at the Government of India level, inside and outside, and now leading it in the state, and in the last 2 years we built the Institute of Transformation in Uttarakhand, my home state. I can say with conviction that governments do not have all the answers to the developmental challenges of today. So the kind of approach we need to build in. So all of these are very important questions, and I have a session, of course, after this, and we'll discuss more about it. So I thought that this question of this aspect of the North Star and the context which we have, we would have some very useful deliberations that I'm very sure about. With all these words, I thank again NITI Aayog for inviting me, and also the beautiful state of, and the leader of the state of Tripura for such a wonderful environment out here. And I'll end my speech with one thing which I really noticed yesterday in the palace.